Also, you wanted me to draw a thing, so I immediately just started drawing Sonic in arm and elbow pads because hardcore.
Right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Sonic Boom Commentaries. It is your trio of terror. That is Kevin, Donnie, and Kat.
Yep. Hi.
I am, in fact, very terrible. Hear me.
Your triumvirate of terrificness.
That's my fearsome noise.
Yeah.
T-O-T.
She is woman, hear her roar.
Or meow in this
I
case.
don't know, it's something about bills.
Bills. Oh god.
Is it bad that I immediately thought Bills by Destiny's
Yeah, I
Child?
thought of that as well, actually.
Oh,
You
boy.
said something about I am woman, hear me roar, and I have no idea what to do with that because
I was expecting you to just go.
There's obviously some strange stereotype I'm supposed to be playing into there that I just didn't.
No. It's a song or a film or what? I can't remember. Is it?
What was the song?
No, not Bills. I'm talking about I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. I guess was it,
Oh.
is it a film or something?
I think it was a film, actually.
It was a film.
I am doing.
70s. I don't know. Anyway, whatever the case, it became like it's like a saying it.
I did the Google and I found the thing out.
Yeah.
I Am Woman is a song written by Australian-American artist Helen Reddy.
No, yes it is.
And was released
Oh.
in 1971. The first line is I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar.
Okay.
So I was right.
And
It's the first line of the song and it became me.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually got 1 point for Donnie, 2 points for me. Because I at least knew that and I got the decade right, so there we go. So 2 points. Going to round 2. Kat, you've got to catch up, but it's the lightning round. So here's a metal rod and just dodge. Okay. Okay.
What an interesting way to start
Sorry,
this.
I swore again. Jamie, what's the timestamp on my swearing?
Oh god.
What an interesting way to start this all out.
Yeah, so welcome to the Boom Commentary pre-show. It's us. We've been discussing a number of things. Predominantly just before this, we started recording a film that you may well have seen or have heard about if you're within the Sonic community, which is an art, for want of a better phrase, an art house picture. Called
well, art house picture is a bit of a strange thing.
Yeah, to be honest, even that's a bit of a stretch for a thing, but it is small, independent. 7 minutes of question marks. But it's called the Hedgehog, and it involves a small boy in Sonic the Hedgehog.
And by small, we mean like 5 foot tall.
Tiny.
How tall do?
Young. Somewhere around sort of 9 to 10 years old, I'd say.
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Pretty tall. Can you stop being tall? 5 seconds.
Why must you be tall?
Yeah, you're very tall, aren't you, Donnie?
Last I checked, it was like 6 feet. So
yeah.
How dare you?
Okay.
How dare you all?
Cat is not as tall as you. And Cat is not as tall as me.
Cat is not as tall as many people.
No.
I don't think she's quite amused by this.
Well, that's been the case for I think the majority of her life that she's not been amused by it. But the point is there's this small boy who goes around and then he wants adventure and he's wearing a Sonic costume and
He's cute melancholy adventures.
And
His adventures were quite sweet actually.
And then
And we got to the point of the film.
Yeah. And then he was perfectly fine, and then this film happened.
Yeah.
So, need to explain what happens next, because.
Well, basically, the boy encounters an elderly man, and it's pretty to that he's supposed to be cosplaying as Eggman, or at least dressed up as him, by the color scheme, how he looks, his weight.
He's bold.
Yeah.
Didn't have a mustache though, ruined.
Yeah, that's the only different thing, is that he didn't have a mustache.
Oh, and you need a
amazingly,
mustache.
Amazingly though, they kept the detail that he had a pet bird, which is obscure as hell.
Wait, Eggman had a pet bird?
Clark in Saturn was his pet robot chicken.
Oh, yes.
So that's why he had a pet bird. I thought it was the fact that he was just capturing animals for the.
He also freed the animal, which happened to be a bug.
Well, that was.
Maybe I'm actually drawing too much into it because you just pointed out the entire point was he had a bird in the cage and was freeing it.
Yeah. It was a that was that. So he comes across this video, and there's the man who is definitely supposed to envision this Robotnik-esque, Eggman-esque character. He's basically not had a very happy time with it, has he?
No, he hasn't really had a happy life, I guess you could say. And the film puts a lot of emphasis on that.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So there's a degree of sort of looking at each other and how each other is, and then each go their separate ways. And yet it's strongly hinted at that, well...
Strongly hinted at by a showing.
Yes. It's by the aid of cinematography and apparently magic, the elder man is supposed to be the elder representation of the boy.
Yeah, like he's supposed to be what the boy became, I guess.
Yes. So yes, the boy who loves adventure will end up becoming this very depressed and lonely individual.
He lives in a house in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Yeah, on his own. And and then there is a sort of a visual at the end.
Let's just...
well, yes. The boy goes off depressed to his room, frankly full of very cool stuff. Looking around going, oh my goodness, this stuff.
Look at all this
stuff. It's just there's no words of it. There's all this stuff, and just like, oh, does this mean nothing? And it's like, no, it's awesome. What are you talking about? And then the man is seen on top of a store, and he's going to kill himself. So yeah. And the moral of this story was, buggered if I know.
The narrative that I got out of it was that the kids discovered the man's house like a little after he killed himself. Spoilers and trigger warning for suicide, which is pretty kind of serious thing.
Yeah, it comes a little bit out of nowhere as well. Just like
he comes across his house and he comes across the stuff that he's left behind, which is wouldn't have been the kid have it because like video games from the 80s, action figures from the 70s and 80s. Basically, and according to an interview with the filmmakers, it is about obsession will kill you. And by obsession, we mean basic fandom. And not even, like, obscure fandom, because this guy had, like, Star Wars stuff. And he had Only Fools and Horses on a VHS. And, like, this is not, like, obscure obsessions. This is, entry-level... being basically entry-level media for somebody living in the UK.
It definitely rubbed me the wrong way. Like, from start to finish, this thing just didn't make sense to me, and just all dark and... I don't want to watch it again, that's for sure.
It's... Yeah, it was an entirely strange thing. I honestly thought as soon as... Because what we was told initially from his reports on Sonic Stadium for this was that basically he's like, dark heads, there's a boy and a man, and a relatively dark ending, and I was like, oh, fantastic, the man's gonna kill the boy, and it's like the man is like some sort of representation for the internet or something. It's like Sonic, the internet will slowly grind you down. But no, and it all became a bit sort of... Yeah. So that was a sort of eyebrow-raising, sideways jaunt we had into the realm of Sonic this week. Thankfully it was nowhere near the... Because we do have an actual film coming out at some point in time.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like this.
I hope not. That's going to be ridiculous. Well, apparently there was something about like the first draft of that Sonic was barely in it, or something. Exactly one of the emails I read is like, they've written a film and it's to do with Sonic and really realised that it was about Sonic.
Yeah.
It was more like. From what I read of it, it sounded like Sega a bit, in that there was like this like Sega-y world, and then Sonic exists there. We'll sort of see eventually.
Kind of like Sega.
Potentially.
Except
I've still got to see Sega Gosh. Still got to see that.
It's a great show.
Everyone's told me that, and I was going to, and I haven't yet.
It is cute, though. It is kind of weird to see MMD used for actual official animations. And it is especially weird to see MMD used in the way that it hasn't been used by the MMD community for like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great anime, and even though it's only like 13 episodes long, and they didn't exactly have the best budget, they did a good job despite that. And boy, it very appeals to Sega nerds and people who have grown up with Sega games and all.
And people who like the shoujo figures.
Yes. Julius is just weird in this game, or this series. Well, it may as well be a game at this point. Because I know they had a crossover with the Neptunia games, but yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, so we've had all that. And at the time of recording, you're probably going... But, well, you may be going, where's episode 23 pre and post show videos? Yeah, about those.
Well, you see, we were kind of late. We may have to pay late fees because we didn't return them in time. I'm not
just going to continue just like doodling this.
Yeah.
You said you had an art challenge for me, but don't give me it yet because I'm actually finishing this.
Yeah, I was getting there. I was getting there. But I kind of was in Iceland for a large portion of the week. doing work things, so I didn't really have much of a chance into doing about it until last night from my point of view, it was Friday night, and yeah, I started uploading and I found there was a kind of massive error in the middle of the video file, so it's currently rendering again. And goodness knows when we'll see the post show at this rate. But there you go. Now, you may have noticed that Kat said that about doing an art challenge for people who followed the Sonic show way back when they did live streams. And in fact,
when they did stuff. I'm sorry, I'm being a jerk today.
Actually, we were all on stage or another on those. But one of the things that happened was, and it really kicked off with Unleashed Let's Play stream, was that Kat, when back in the day when she was known as Umiuri, we basically said stuff and Kat and ended up like Kat drawing these crazy things that we came up with. So there's a video which, if I'm super good on the LMC version, a nice card will appear, bing, at this moment in time, and not hang on, and you can actually be taken to that in the link. Just showing off all these amazing drawings we did from.
But if you see the back, you won't get nothing.
If you're in the podcast version, I will just go ding, and then tell you to look up whom you can draw anything on YouTube. But yeah, before we do it here, and we'll do like a challenge for Cats, see if you can do it by the end of the post show. Should do it a lot quicker than that, I would have thought, because it's Cat.
But just give me a moment because I ended up drawing something else.
Yes.
I'm drawing Skateboard Sonic for no reason.
Skateboard Sonic. Okay, right. So normally
the sequel to City Escape.
City Escape.
Nah, it's a bit weirder than that.
Well then.
Okay. I'll just leave them that's the mystery of time. But we'll nominate something this week, and maybe Bill can nominate something for next week. Something crazy for you to draw over the course of the episode. That'd be funny. Just because of it could be anything. I mean, what was that I had to do at one point? It was like a vector on a unicycle balancing Charmy on his nose. Who was dressed as a clown, who had a balancing pole. At the end of each was a cheapy vector. It was like a vector on a unicycle carrying a Charmy with a pole with two more vectors.
I freaking drew it.
You did, and it looked amazing. so we're going to do that challenge today. And then I'll start off, and then we'll start going through the feedback, which is in peculiar places this time around because there's no pre and post show videos, so there's a chance to really say anything in the usual positions. Yet bizarrely, for some reason, the episode 22 post show has got like it's like 1,300 views or something. It's like well more than normal. So I don't know what's happened to that one, but whatever the case.
It might be related to having not posted the most recent show yet.
Potentially. I like to think of the fact that it was because of the awesome people that were involved in it.
Oh.
You know who's involved in that one?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Hint it was us.
Yep.
So I'm going to assume it was that. And then, of course, when we actually have the next one, which would be the last one, confusingly, it'll just blow everything out of the water and everything will be fine and dandy and fantastic. So, have you finished drawing your skateboarding Sonic with elbow pads?
Nah, he's busy being beautiful.
Sonic's just fabulous.
Nah, not that. Why?
I've got to think of something now.
I can make a fabulous Sonic.
Okay.
He'll be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Right.
Not that kind of beautiful. That I'm talking like
He's beautiful.
full saturation.
Full saturation.
Kind of beautiful.
Okay, so my challenge for you is, this isn't a particularly crazy one really, and yet it is. Oh ho, see where I'm going. So Shadow is... Don't do that laugh yet, I haven't even said it yet. You're jumping the gun on your disdain.
Early fees.
Shadow is...
This is just who I am.
You're
No,
inadvertently completely in the right area. Quite sober, actually, because what I wanted you to draw, there's a lot of stuff about Shadow in Boom, and the community loved the idea of him wearing a Hawaiian shirt or whatever it was. So, who else is known for wearing a Hawaiian style shirt and is a Sega character? Axel from Crazy Taxi. So I would like you, Kat, to draw Shadow in a Shadow in a Hawaiian shirt, driving a taxi in a crazy fashion. Enough that
Oh boy!
I don't know what you can do.
Enough that parents complain.
Enough that he gets a Class S license. Or similar. Hey, it's time to draw some crazy
car.
Are you ready? Here you go!
I'm gonna have to learn how to draw a car in the space of 10 minutes.
Hey. Woohoo!
But yeah, you can look at like stock Crazy Axel.
Alright, Tails.
Alright, it's time to... Crazy plane racing! Oh, there it goes!
I now imagine like Axel just having Sonic's lines from a Sonic Adventure when Tails is being played in levels.
Yeah.
So you just hear woohoo! All right, Tails.
Yeah. That would be that'd be quite something. But yeah, that's a challenge. And
I appreciate how when you're beating Sonic doesn't complain. He's just like, yeah, you're awesome.
I'm encouraging the little brother.
Sonic is a beautiful person.
You made it.
When
You
they
made
write
it.
him to be.
He's a beautiful person. He's not being an insufferable jerk. So yeah, and we'll see what it's like on video.
That's something.
Again, those of you on the podcast version, I'm afraid that is, you can consider that an exclusive. We can't really. Maybe Cat can whistle in like in a modem style, and your computer can decode it into the picture.
I don't know how to do that. However, there is a way to do that. They use that in Paul, remember?
Oh yeah, yes.
You could insert that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that because that would mean that. Because
Okay,
that would mean that there is a possibility that Shadow the Hedgehog in a Hawaiian shirt driving a taxi could equal Half-Life 3, and I don't particularly want us to go down that route. That's all.
Half-Life 3, Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
Is this picture as saturated as I could make it? Apparently not. It can go further. Excellent.
Half-Life Taxi.
Right. So, feedback time.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I'm intrigued.
Oh, so well, just questions and feedback, and we have some Freiburg feedback in here. Rimikusu says, to me it looks like Nominatis is the love child of Zavok and Black Doom, made inside of Iblis, because he looks like a remodeled Iblis minion.
Oh.
So wait, let me get this right. He looks like the child of Zavok and Black Doom, made inside of Iblis. So Iblis is the surrogate mother of the child of Zavok and Black Doom.
This sounds slightly confusing.
I look forward to the Jerry Springer episode. Am I? Sorry, son, I lied. Your father is actually a fiery god demon. I call him a discount Iblis. Kind of a little bit of a... Is a discount everything?
He was a little weird and generic looking.
Multiple people have said they do sort of child of Black Doom and Zadok. Is this some kind of ship that people are trying to make now? Stop.
It was already had.
Stop.
It was already had.
No. More people asking us to get some Call Me Johnny. I honestly don't know who. I've heard of him, but I've not seen any of his stuff. So is he good? I don't know. Somebody tell me, guys.
Some Call Me Johnny is a well-known video game reviewer. He also does stuff for Brain Scratch Comms, and he's done some stuff for Hellfire Comms, and I've spoken to him. If I can always send him a message and see if he wants to be on.
We seem to have a request. Maybe Jamie can go and make something happen.
Jamie, do the thing.
Oh, he doesn't listen to this. Mr. Boemuth says, second best episode in my opinion. Everything in this episode works for me. It's near perfection. Also, when Cubot asked if the princess would be in another castle, I just lost it. Hilarious episode altogether. Excellent. Leonard Player says, the best episode. Actually, the second best is the Meteor, but this one is great too. SCF in brackets, batteries not included, close brackets, says Rock Donut Thursday needs to be the official decision game for the Sonic fan base. Yes, but we need to get rules in place for it. As Alan Denton was saying, we need to get some rules for this together. So, again, I put it to you, listeners and apparent fans that we have. We need to figure out some rules as to what really does beat everything. And my guess is that in Rock Donut Thursday, the thing that wins every time is probably something that isn't a Rock Donut or Thursday.
It's probably...
It's a keyboard, probably.
It's me. It's
you.
It's me, Austin.
Rock Donut Thursday cat.
So meow.
It's Dwayne Johnson because The Rock eats donuts on a Thursday.
Wow.
He wins every time.
Yes.
Wow.
Shayla says, Allwood is played by the same guy as Shadow.
Yes, he is. No.
Jayden Brandon says, did anyone catch that Gurren Lagann reference? No, just me.
Not. But...
Gurren Lagann?
Yeah.
Lagann?
I have no idea
Did
what that
he
is.
point out that Gurren Lagann reference for anyone who
No, he
didn't see the Gurren Lagann reference?
Please go back to the video. Tell us in the comments of
so
this
we
one.
can report next week what the Gurren Lagann reference was. Or I can go on TV Tropes and see if it's legit.
Yeah, we can.
By the way, don't actually go on TV Tropes to see if anything is legit.
Tune in next week when we find out where the reference is.
Tune in next week. Never mind this show. We're going to find out about the show from 2 weeks back. Oh no, for this, it would be 2 weeks back then. Triple Jump says Eggman will destroy Sonic next week. The next episode comes out next week. Well played.
Yeah. It's funny because the episode that's going to be next week actually seems to have a little bit more of a focus on Sticks than we've seen as of late.
But I just got the Sonic Boom Sonic Boom comic number 7 through, and Amy actually has a go at Knuckles. I think it's Knuckles, if I remember rightly. And Sonic, because they keep breaking the fourth wall. It's starting to rub Amy the wrong way. That they keep breaking the fourth wall. It's like, be serious and stop talking to them. We need to do stuff. She's
had enough of them.
Yeah, that'd be quite good actually. If Amy getting more and more frustrated about the lack of rules in the comic universe. Frogman says, must say these are some of the most elaborate video game references in a kids cartoon than usual, and that robots can get rashes and pink eye is a thing. Yeah, apparently it is. I also believe that Knuckles actually did leave to think up of an excuse to tell later. He probably did. He didn't realise that was his excuse, and he probably came back 20 minutes later to find that everyone had gone and was really confused and he was frustrated because he had come up with an excuse. At least he didn't see.
I still love how like everyone just came up with their own excuse, and Knuckles was just like, "Yeah, I don't want to see you, so bye."
Honesty is the best policy when Knuckles is concerned.
In this case, it usually ends up being freaking hilarious.
Sleepy Noodle says, that 16-bit villain reminds me of a cross between Leader of the Lost Worlds and 6 and Devil Doom. Hedgehog is pretty cool, so there's a general consensus here. One good thing from Show the Hedgehog game when they brought it back. What, you mean the motorcycle? That was one of many good things from that game. That needs to be brought back. We can't bring the motorcycle back without Shadow, that would be ridiculous. Oh, Styx, there's an episode for you. Styx wins a motorcycle and starts driving around all over the place and causing trouble. Develops her own sort of bad attitude persona. Biker girl Styx. There's a thing.
Okay, so I couldn't find out what the Gurren Lagann reference, but this is really weird. This is the only thing I have seen on TV Tropes where the funny moments page is literally split into every single episode and has multiple entries for each one. People apparently really like the show.
Dale Green says, who would play a game like that? As in the Rock Thursday, I assume. Also, scheduling a battle. Yep, only Sonic and his group. Also, Knuckles' puns don't have the sting to them. Oh ho.
I'm sorry, I have a terrible sense of humour. So it's possible that your joke was not actually funny. I apologise.
Larry the Hedgehog says that this was indeed a funny episode. Coco Blue says, Donnie!
You are loved, Donnie!
Hi!
Accept it, accept the love!
Followed by, you saw this, which was Lena going, Robot Honey, ooh, Donnie, you have quite the dirty mind. I think that was where he was going, actually. But,
yeah, I don't think that was where I was going at all.
What is?
I mean, I do have a dirty mind, but I don't think that's what I was intending to go with.
There's quite a few comments on this, as you might have. Serious Spike Sam, hello, says, Sonic concept trashed, area reference made, Konami code used, these writers deserve a big promotion!
Oh my. It had to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, that's our first promotion of the series we've had in the comments. So, Serious Spike Sam wins a prize. And the prize is promotion!
Yes!
Yes, you're now promoted to Serious Spike Sam second class beginner. There we go.
Coconuts level 0.125 beta.
You're now the backup for a any kind of you're the backup for Mean Bean Machine in case you're the stand-in in case one of the robots gets sick. That's now your role. Congratulations.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll see you in the game then, you know?
You can frustrate Donnie with your beans.
That's another statement.
Not the beans.
Anything.
Donnie and his beans.
Warufu. Warufu says, I didn't think the Joker show could get even more meta, but they went and managed it. Yes, they've been working on them. But I think that's as well. Wasn't the one last week done by the director? Written by the director? Because we've got a similar situation this week, and it's actually one of the. It's actually an episode written by one of the sort of management, for want of a better, for the better term, or the program runners, whatever you like to call that. So that's probably why it was a little bit meta, I guess.
Yeah, I think one thing that I don't think people quite realize about Boom is if they feel like the writing is inconsistent, there's a reason for that. Well,
everyone's got their own spin. I like it because it does keep it quite fresh, and everyone comes at it from a different angle. Sometimes those angles could have been better if there had been perhaps a little bit more knowledge on the subject matter. And I'm specifically saying that because there is a point in this episode where I actually got quite annoyed.
If it's what I think it is, wasn't it?
I don't know. Well, you get to see in the post show, but for all you people who on the podcast, just stay tuned. But yeah, something happened, and it's another opportunity that's kind of missed, and it's sort of like, but we'll get to that.
It makes me sad again.
Oh
I
boy.
might have finished the scribble, so I'm gonna actually save this and show you this. Not the crazy taxi thing, just the bizarre Gator Sonic that I don't know why I drew this.
Okay, so you get a bonus scribble from Kat because you get to see this.
Yeah, basically.
Well then.
It's setting the mood for the evening.
Oh dear.
Skateboarding Sonic.
I'm just looking at somebody's writing credits again, just because.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. If you finish that, Cat, I've actually got a challenge for you.
I know you said the challenge earlier.
I know, but if you finish that one, I've got a challenge for you.
I don't know whether to get started on that challenge because what the hell, Kevin? Asking me how badly am I allowed to draw this card?
I mean, it's fine. And I think you'll do a lot better than you think you will, actually. But there we go. So I've got a backup one in the event of.
I'm gonna drag this adorable shit into temporary hosting.
Okay. So then, so if I go back there, there's some other stuff as well in the actual Commentaries.com.
This is very interesting.
Andrew Cam 7 says, I actually thought the Nominator's character was web avatar used by Dave the Intern. That would have been a really good. Okay, that would have legitimately been a really, really good twist on the episode. And technically, they could still do that. Because it was like in cyberspace. When
it was Shadow and the Taxi, right?
Shadow in a crazy taxi, yeah. In his white shirt.
Do I get a reference to the crazy taxi? That looks okay. That's a RC car.
Why has it got a Hello Kitty helmet? Assuming it's a Hello Kitty helmet.
It is a Hello Kitty helmet. My brain initially went, give him a Mega Man helmet, and I was no, what about Hello Kitty? I was like, okay.
And what's
Rad.
Oh, it's just rad. Okay.
I was like saying brat.
Of considering where I've been in Kingdom of Loathing before recording, I was surprised if I did thought it said bra. But yes, yeah, bra. Okay. Oh dear, I can't wait to see this then.
It's gonna be shit. I saw her again.
Stop doing that. So I'm gonna start buzzing. I'm gonna set up some kind of wire to stop you. Or we'll put some sort of swear jar. The swear PayPal.
I don't have that kind of money.
A swear PayPal, and for every time.
I don't have PayPal.
Every time you swear, you have to put a coin into a jar, and then you have to, I don't know, buy an evil panini or something to me and Donnie.
I like panini.
But
I don't know what to buy paninis anymore.
Speaking of bread-based products, though.
Oh.
In our fried burger feedback, the reason, because what had a French loaf, if you recall, it's one of the things he packed, and I love what they did, why they put that there, which is, according to Bill Fried Burger, who is, of course, the showrunner, co-executive producer, says that the reason Orbot is taking French bread is to make fun of the cliche that whenever someone brings home groceries, there is always a French bread sticking out of the top to show the bag is full.
But French bread's delicious.
Yes, but that's the reason they put that in there, and it is a cliche if you have anything where somebody's got shopping, they've always got a baguette, because look, something sticks out at the top. They have bread, and it's just one of those things. There you go. The white 17-bit. Apparently, the joke is that it's 16-bit. But then the fish bit him for a 17th bit, him being Cuba.
Oh.
It was a pun.
Yeah. Which
we did not get it.
Yeah, and I think the reason we didn't get it is because Cuba said it's the 17th bit before the chopper fish actually make a bite for him. So. Yeah, I'm not sure that really worked, actually.
Yeah. That was a continuity error.
It needed the bite to happen for Cubot to say, oh, it's 16-bit, and then the bite to occur, and then go, oh no, 17-bit bites or something. Really. Right.
Huh.
That was pretty much
well, it explains a lot. Well, I mean, to be fair, we don't have anything to base on for last week, so.
Everyone pretty much everyone loved the Sonic put down of the Sonic style game. Actually, that sounds terrible. Everyone loved that because we're kind of self-depreciating a lot, actually, in the Sonic community.
The Sonic fandom actually hates Sonic, and I don't know why we're here anymore.
Yeah, I think the thing is that everybody who is not a fan will go to will point out the flaws, and for 50% of the fandom will get really, really upset about that. The other 50% of the fandom will go, yeah, and did you see this? And this and this, because they can actually see they can see the flaws too, because if there's a flaw, it's visible, you can see it. But at the same time, they can take enjoyment out of that as well, even the bits that don't work so well, and the silly decisions and the silly marketing and the ridiculous business plan and the failed ideas, and there is an enjoyment there that people can get stuff out of, and they can celebrate that as well. So. And that in turn gets some of the non-fans angry, because it's like, no, you yes, this, but this sucks. You're not allowed to like this, and it's like, of course you are, but you know, if you're ever one of those, come across one of those people who's just like, we can't like Sonic because it's crap because of this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. There's nothing to stop you from going, oh yeah, I know that doesn't work very well. I still enjoy it. Still enjoy it. And did you know that it's this and this? Because, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're perfectly allowed to like something. I mean, just saying. You know?
Yeah.
Allowed to like something? What is this nonsense?
It's the anti-internet. We're actually allowed to like something.
The
anti-net. The anti-net is the antidote.
The outernet.
The internet. Oh, God.
I don't know what's happening, but...
I think I've created a time paradox.
Well, considering
I'm looking at my window and I'm seeing Crisis Cities, I'm guessing we have.
Oh, God.
Considering I'm technically part of a paradox, it doesn't really help either.
Oh, so it was you, was it? Okay, excellent.
Yeah,
That's all the feedback and stuff, though. Today's episode is late fees.
Woohoo!
Because I've been set to drawing, I now can't watch it.
Yes, you can.
And I can't pay much attention to it.
You
Okay,
can
so
pause for the. You can pause for this 10 minutes, okay?
No.
Yes.
Okay, so it has fins on the back. I've drawn a box, and that's going to be the car.
Crazy boxes.
I'm not very good at drawing cars. I'm not very good at drawing cars in the space of a few minutes.
Crazy cardboard.
Well, I guess that's what cars will be like in the internet, is just driving boxes as cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
so we're back in the 80s.
Car like he's getting into the door or something. I don't know. Right, so that's today's episode, though. I've got that coming up. I can tell you that it is by.
It's by a writer.
Gutierrez, I believe, isn't it?
I'm assuming it's French.
I would imagine so. But again, this is one of the sort of extended team. More known as Fred Gutierrez, who is if you look like IMDb, not much there, frankly. But it says this is the only episode so far. Created actor in a moment of confusion, as the character teen tied up in a chair.
Nice.
That's actually the character name?
So the character's name is credited as teen tied up in chair.
I guess it was a sub-character or something.
Mm-hmm. That's 1998. As a writer, also a co-writer on 2 episodes of Work in Progress in 2014. Consulting producer on 5 episodes of Work in Progress.
Is that actually the title of the work?
Yes, the TV series is called Work in Progress.
Huh.
I will now look at what Work in Progress is because I don't know.
That pretty much sums up a lot of people's YouTube channels in the nutshells, actually.
It's a progress.
Yep.
Kristen Miller in it. And a load of people I don't know idea who they are. Yeah, but
Nothing that hurricane from us to help me. That's one of the things. Yeah. It's a work in progress.
Again, this is like a 10-minute comedy show, so same kind of format, perhaps. It's not animated. So we've got that. Keep an eye out for some interesting background items, and we have some returning characters as well in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just pinpointed the exact moment you went, ah.
it went a bit. It wasn't that actually. Well, that's one of them. There. Yeah, the poster might be interesting.
Especially if you see this damn picture. If it happens,
If it happens, it will be a glorious thing, or a terrible slight against nature. One of the two. But that's the end. Do you have your link ready? The pigeon has come and deposited it onto us. And I am ready to begin, guys, if you are.
I am also ready to begin, yep.
okay.
Yep. Countdown then in 3, 2,